Welcome back to another video. I'm very excited for today's Clean With Me. As always, I'll be including some tips and tricks along the way. So grab your cleaning kit or get comfortable and let's get straight into it. Okay guys, first things first, we're starting in the bedroom today so that we can get the bedding stripped in the wash and a fresh set on. I'd also like to try a new technique for putting the fresh bedding back on. It's called the Californian roll. Have any of you tried this before? Stay tuned to see how that unravelled for me. Nothing beats that fresh feeling of walking into the bedroom to fresh, new, crisp sheets, does it? It makes the room smell so good and, in my opinion, just can't be beaten. For washing the sheets today, I used Ecover and Fairy, which leaves our laundry smelling so nice, and also popped in a Calgon tablet just to help keep the pipes of the washing machine a little bit clean. I then began damp dusting the room. This is a firm favourite of mine, really captures all the dust so well and doesn't damage the TV or the wood. You totally don't need a damp dusting sponge for this either. A cloth wrung out well will totally work the same way. I love having these wardrobes in our bedroom, but having full mirrors has its blessings in that it helps to bounce light around the room, but keeping them clean can be a little bit of a nightmare at times. I really like the duo of Mr. Muscle and this Kleenex cloth. If you've seen my videos before, you will know I use this Kleenex cloth a lot. It really helps to limit any kind of streaks that you get on your mirrors and glass, and it's definitely worth purchasing. So I thought I had followed the instructions to a T for this Californian roll with getting some fresh bedding back on, but spoiler, I couldn't get it to work. So if anybody has any tips who has done this, please let me know. I followed a video off of YouTube. It was all fine until I got to the point of actually trying to fold the bedding back onto the quilt, and it just went a little bit disastrously wrong. I'm not too sure how you meant to get the fabric of the quilt onto the quilt. I don't know. I think this is a scam. We're going to do it the normal way with bed sheets inside out as I started with, and just get it on because I'm getting hot. So I went back to basics with the good old tactic that I do know and love, with having your sheets inside out, dipping your hands into the very far corners to create some crab claws, grabbing your quilt and flipping it on so it appears the right way round. Whilst hoovering, I also decided to take the bedside tables out to be able to hoover just behind those. Nova doesn't come upstairs, but I'm conscious that dust and her pet hair will inevitably get everywhere around the house, and I just wanted to make sure that the room was really thoroughly cleaned. So I moved those out, gave the room a hoover, and then I could move on to my next space. cleaning the fridge has been on my to-do list for some time, and that's one thing that I really can find help sometimes, is just to make a list of everything that needs doing, and then as and when I remember another item, I pop that onto the list, because it's also such a good feeling when you get to tick it off, isn't it? This isn't a full deep clean of the fridge by any stretch of the imagination, but it was just a quick wipe over. Our food had arrived the night before filming this, and which isn't always the best way to go about cleaning your fridge, but it felt so much better when the job was done. I'm actually excited to share this with you because I hadn't realised that mixing white vinegar and washing up liquid to wipe on your stainless steel items means that pesky little fingerprints are harder to leave behind. So I've been trialling this on the fridge for the past week or so now, and it's definitely helping. We are showing a lot less fingerprints on our fridge because we're foodies in this household. We go into our fridge a lot, and there was always fingerprints, which, don't get me wrong, fingerprints are still there inevitably because the product does wear off. But in case you didn't know, that is a super great little hack to be aware of, just to help minimise fingerprints. I then made a fresh bowl of hot soapy water using fairy washing up liquid to be able to wipe down the surfaces, wipe down the cupboard doors, and generally just give things a wipe that I may not have wiped in some time. I've touched on this recently in a previous video, so I don't want to go on about it too much, but I do think washing up liquid for just a simple cleaner is really underrated in this day and age, especially when we have so many products thrown at us. I'm interested to know though, what do you guys think? Do you guys use washing up liquid a lot to clean other things other than dishes, or is it something that you tend to forget about? And if you've made it this far into the video and you're enjoying it, it would mean the absolute world if you could either give this video a like, drop me a comment, because I do love chatting to you all, and if you haven't already, it would be a pleasure for you to subscribe and be a part of this growing community. I promise we're a nice bunch over here, and I always aim to either leave you motivated or with a little bit more information that you may not have already been aware of. Whilst the washing machine was on a cleaning cycle, I decided it was about time I tackled the microwave. So I decided to heat up a bowl of water first. I did this for about 1 minute 40, I think, if I remember correctly, and it came up really nice. So whilst the microwave was on, I just cracked on with a few other jobs in the room. One being wiping down the utility cabinet doors, and the crevice on this is much more deeper, I think would be the right word, than what we have in the kitchen. So when it gets wiped down and just general dirt, it can actually get stuck into the shaker style door. So I like to just use a toothbrush to make sure that I'm getting rid of as much grime as possible. I was then able to go back and wipe down the microwave. Please note, our microwave is just full of rust. I did wipe off all of the grime and the dirt that was in there. Everything else that you can see, unfortunately, it is rust, and I probably should really look to replace it sooner rather than later, because I'm not really sure how healthy or unhealthy that is to keep using when the paint has essentially started to chip off. I've been looking forward to doing this next job, which is steam cleaning the sofa. Our girl Nova, she comes up on the sofa a lot, and although she has her own sofa blanket, you know, inevitably she just comes up on the sofa like normal. It's her house as much as it is our house. And I've been putting off using the steamer with this attachment for some time because I seem to have misplaced the fabric covering for it. And then I decided I can equally just use a microfiber cloth and a bobble, and it does exactly the same thing. I've used this cloth many times, so I was pretty confident that the colour wasn't going to bleed onto the sofa or anything like that, and thankfully it didn't. And I was able to steam clean to my heart's content. This room was pretty quick and simple to complete. There was nothing major that I wanted to get done in here today, and I think sometimes we just need spaces like that in our home that aren't shouting for 101 things needing to be done. And can I also just take a moment to say a great big thank you to the lady who suggested I actually use my Hoover as it should be used. I honestly can't thank you enough for having suggested to me that I try extending the Hoover, because I really wish you could have seen my face when I tried it. I couldn't believe that I have used this Hoover for as long as what I have, and I will not be disclosing that information because it is years. Longer than I have owned this house for. And yeah, I am actually so eternally grateful though, because hey, guess what? My back isn't breaking now. So I just wanted to say thank you. I hope you're watching this so you actually hear that thank you. And yeah, you've saved me a lot. I picked up this candle in B&Q the other day. It was in the clearance for £8.50, and it is just a real subtle scent. So it's perched just where people would walk into our home, and I love that it gives that smell. So once I'd set the candle off, that made me realise I should probably pay some attention to the porch to make sure that I was just killing any smells. I used the minimal multi-purpose spray in French lavender just to wipe the door down, and steam cleaned the chair that we have in there. Similarly to the bedroom, in the bathroom I decided to move the furniture, and goodness gracious me, it's a good job I did, because there was so much dust behind that unit that I decided to hoover first, just so that I didn't step in it and move it all around. And for cleaning the bathroom, it was going to be a mix between the Flash bicarb of soda spray, which, may I say, smells divine. I cannot express how much that smell greets my nostrils with such pleasure. And then the mix of vinegar and fairy washing up liquid, because again, chef's kiss for how that works on chrome. I'm not a huge fan of how the white vinegar smells, and don't get me wrong, mixing it with washing up liquid does dilute the smell ever so slightly, but just the way in which the white vinegar can clean just far exceeds me having to smell it for a short period of time. I also really like to use it on the shower screen in the shower. It really helps to bring the glass up nicely. And you won't be able to see this as I didn't manage to capture any clips, but I did finish the shower off with the Dettol mould and mildew spray. This really helps to keep the mould at bay on our grout. It can be a little potent though, so I would suggest making sure that you have a window open and you're able to escape pretty quickly if you spray quite a lot of it. If you've made it this far into the video, then it would be lovely if you could drop a heart emoji, any heart of your choice, down below in the comments and I'll be sure to reply to you. And earlier on I had sprayed the shower head with the vinegar and washing up liquid mix, left that to sit just so that it could be doing its work whilst I cracked on with the rest of the room. It's great at breaking down lime scale, which saves me having to scrub so much. And also the toilet plunger that we have in our bathroom is categorically never used on our toilet. It's actually for the shower drain, so quite often the drain will start to backfill and we're not too sure why. Well, obviously there's something that must be stuck, but anything that we try to put down there doesn't seem to clear or budget, so we use a plunger to help keep things moving again. Honestly, we've tried so many products down there, so if somebody does have any idea of what we can do, please let me know, because I personally don't like having the plunger out in the bathroom on display, but this is what we have now come to. And the last job that was on my list for today was to make the bed in the second bedroom. Me and Nova had a girly sleepover in there last night and the bed just needed making. If you've made it this far, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're well, take care, and I shall see you in the next one.